to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to
1 2 1 2.
Welcome to
Mic
South
check 1
Florida.
2. Friday. TGIF. If you at work right now,
Welcome to
walk
South
out, man. Tell me you'll be back Monday.
Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida, the bottom of the clip of the gunshine state. What them boys still voting in that way. Deep play, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get K and stop hating, it's the model of the state. A lot of
Right now, one more time.
welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida.
Niggas, who that on the intro, man? You know.
Welcome to South Florida, the bottom of the clip of the gunshine state. What them boys still voting in that way. Deep play, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get K and stop hating, it's the model of the state. A lot of face, but it's still real around here. That quarantine.
Oh, going to leave. What you say, dog? Who that is on the intro? You know who that is on the intro. We got a whole Synergy Sweets commercial with her, bro. What's going on, man? TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Yeah, we got a whole Synergy Sweets commercial with her. Let's go, bro. I'm started off like this, man. Hayes already coming talking trash. If you want to get involved with the stock market, IOD Squad, we've been getting money. The link is in the description. What we did is basically is a platform. You come on a platform and you can see what we're investing in, and you can just copy it. So if you can copy and paste, you can start investing in the stock market to tomorrow. Why did we do it this way? Because we knew that throwing somebody into the stock market and saying, hey, invest, it's like throwing somebody in the woods and saying, hey, survive. You know you need water, you know you need food. You just don't know what plants to eat. You don't know what food you can drink. And what sounds simple becomes complicated. So on the platform, what we did was made it uncomplicated. Is that a word? I don't know. But we made it uncomplicated, and we just show you what we're investing in. Sometimes we even put the receipts. We put the receipts there, and you can see it, what we brought, and you do your due diligence, and you buy the same thing we brought. It's up to you. Just copy what we do. We're not financial advisors. No, we're just showing you what we're investing in, and it'd be a good idea to follow what we do if you don't know what you're doing. That makes sense. It's an IOD platform. And we got the course. We got a course coming up October 1st. 6 people that we're doing the first course. It's the first time people been asking me over and over again, I don't learn like that. Man, I want more. Yada, yada, yada. Do a class. So we got a course coming October 1st. Then we have 2 slots left. Hit us up 786-405-9499 for the course. If you want to get involved with the IOD Squad platform, the link is in the description, or send me a text 786-405-9499. Money sitting in the bank, bro. It's just money waiting to be spent. To give to your kids to spend when you die or something. I don't know. I'm funny, dog. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what y'all say, man. I'm funny, dog. Friday, big dog. What's going on, man? TGIF, thank God it's Friday. You just heard the whole spiel. I don't even got to do it no more, man. They got the number scrolling at the bottom right there, 786-405-9499. Day the last day of the market. Unless you trade crypto. Crypto 24 hours, man. Crypto like a crackhead. Bitcoin be going on the weekend like, get this money, man. Crypto 24 hours. Crypto don't shut down. They may regulate that one day too, man. These people control everything. But what's good, man? Friday, man, we got to feed the homeless, man. We go out and feed the homeless on Fridays. And today, man, one dude touched my heart, man. Said he could do what I do. Say, bro, you homeless? I'm out here helping you. You think you can take my job? Said, yeah. So I told him, man, I'll bring him on in here, man, and see if he can take my job, man. His name old. What's going on, man? What's going on, man?
This dude, shut up, boy. This dude, shut up. Hey.
What?
Hey.
What's going on, man? Out here feeding the homeless. Look what I found out here feeding the homeless.
Shots fired! Shots fired! All I'm gonna tell you is, man, Streeter, your mama hair so short she could roll it with rice.
No, you don't want to start that, dog. You don't want to start that.
We done started something, dog. So it's tradition now. And I want my lawnmower back, dog.
Your mama's so old, she read the wishbone with Jesus at quarterback.
See, I got this homeless dude got all the tricks over here, dog. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, bro?
Oh man, somebody said I left the gate open, dog. That's hilarious, man. I'm good, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, dog. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I was ready to hear this story, right? I'm like, man, dude touched his heart, dog.
Look at the comments.
Matter of fact, Manny was out there with me. I took his extra bread. I say, you want that? Hey, you want your cornbread? You know what he say? That boy say, nah, I eat pastelitos.
Many full. He on full.
That boy, that dude, you got me with that one, boy. You got me, boy. I'm waiting to hear this story. I'm over here fixing my little drink. I'm like, okay, he was talking. All of a sudden, I'm on live. I'm like, oh, got me.
There you go. Bless the God, man. How was that rice? How was the rice? The rice was good.
The rice was good, boy. That boy had that good. Hey, you know you got that yellow rice, boy. That boy had that yellow rice, boy. That roast con pollo.
Listen, man. I was gonna talk about kids leaving. The kid Evan Stewart leaves high school early last year, right? We're gonna get into your show last night. It was an awesome show last night, dog. Awesome show. I was sitting there watching it on TV, counting the shirts. Scott Lamar Thomas changed his shirt like one time. I was knocking him off like days in prison. This man done changed his shirt 30 times, man.
He got me. I had to start changing shirts with him. I started throwing shirts on. Like, shoot, going over here.
Yeah, he just got to show people how much he loved the Canes. He told Lamar Jackson not to come here. That's all. I get it. I get it, dog. I get it. So listen, man. High school player Evan Stewart, that 2022 number one wide receiver nation last week decided that, man, I ain't playing football no more. I ain't going. As a senior, I ain't gonna play football. I'm just gonna head on to college. Like the quarterback at Ohio State did. He's already at Ohio State. And then the conversation started. And then later that week, Travis Hunter gets hurt. Mm-hmm. Right? It's funny how the universe shows you things. I mean,
yeah.
This is what I learned, Coach, man. I remember listening to my mom and my dad back in my days. This is how I used to do it. We ain't never. And you hear people still talking about that. But I realized when you see something and it's changing, I just try to look past it and see where it's going. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? It's smart that you say that, though. But I'm saying it's smart you say that because that's what happens to people, business, anything else. And it's almost the same as coaching, right? I just take it from a coaching perspective. Mm-hmm. You have to see the plays before they happen. You have to anticipate what somebody's going to do or what something is going to do to you. That way it's easier to defend it or, be on the opposite side. Right. So yeah, you're exactly right. And to flip it back to Miami, that's what happened to the University of Miami. They did not see the tide changing when it came to technology, the internet, like I said before. And so that Larry Coker era, they didn't understand how powerful this internet was going to be in the recruiting realm. And people like Nick Saban did. And that's why he's still successful.
Right. I mean, yeah, and I just try to embrace the things, man. You got to look around and be open-minded. AAU basketball took over high school basketball. Had a homeboy passionate about basketball. Basketball coach Ricky Rodriguez at Matter. Head coach at Matter took Matter from a 2-win team, man, to like a playoff team. And he watched AAU basketball take over high school basketball because things like high school football, they can't fight. There's no moving around. there's no competing. You know what I'm saying? There's no like only maybe the private schools, St. Thomas, maybe they can move a little bit and do a little things, but public schools, they can't fight. So when the IMGs come and the St. Francis comes, there's no transforming. Deerfield was close. Now, what Coach Fife was doing at Deerfield, looked like he was trying to create a community within the school of players coming back, the Jerry Judy staying connected because they trust him. And it looked like he was trying, and then he stepped down. You know what I'm saying? He had to step down. But I'm saying that to say, man, how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel? Football is a different thing now. We know a high school kid can't get hit by an adult in football. But how do you feel about the situation?
So far as Evan Stewart of opting out?
Yeah, so he's the second or the third one that opted out. It's about to happen.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal, man. It's like anything, right? You just said it earlier, the universe, right? So Travis Hunter gets hurt.
Right.
I don't know, man, how I feel about it because it is so new, right? And I guess I'm falling into what we were just talking about, not being able to look beyond, because my old school me says you should play, right? You can't get better. You can't get better at a skill unless you continue to do it, right? It's not like basketball where you can kind of go in a gym, maybe put some things together and organize and continue to practice, not necessarily in a game setting. Football, you only get better the more you do it. You know what I mean? He may be the top dog now, but like I always tell kids, and I call them kids because that's the way on high school, you're going to go from being the man to being a man when you go to college. So right now he's the man. So he can do that. He has all the power. He has the ball in his court. But when he goes to college, the ball simply transfer right back to the coach or to the university. Will he start right away and all that stuff? If you go to a legitimate program that's got good wins, you probably won't start, and you probably shouldn't start because you don't have the skill set. You don't have the knowledge of what's going on. Now, if you want to go to maybe these group of 5 programs and go start your 3 or 4 years, then go do what you got to do. But how I feel about it, I guess overall, man, is that I want the kids to play. I think they should play. Football is a game. It's a contact sport. You're going to get hurt. It's no different than you sat out your senior year. You go in there, practice of your freshman year and blow your knee out and you create an injury. I mean, you know what I mean? It's a contact sport. It is a calculated risk. So you got to do what you got to do, man.
I think what's pushing it forward now is high school saying, well, as long as you're a high school player, you can't do a deal. Evan Stewart has 2 million TikTok followers. So I think it's preventing them from doing business now that the business has gotten closer to high school and college.
Yeah, he's done a great job. I had to tell you, I did a video on him, and he right now is the highest. I think it's almost 30,000 views on that video that I did on him, the WRE, the breakdown.
Why is he so famous? You know why he's so famous? Like, why did he?
Because of what he's doing right now. He's creating intrigue, right? He's creating who is this guy? How he got the right to say he ain't gonna play his senior year. Let me find out who this dude is, right? It's like that mystery. And so he's actually doing a good job of maybe selling himself, creating his own brand and being marketable. But I tell people this. Nah, he could play though. He could play. Nah, he could play. But again, your market is only as good as you are on the field. As soon as he stopped playing, he has no more market. So, like anything else, he's hot right now. And I think you said this one time, how the fans and everybody included, boy, these seniors coming out of high school, we be Evan Stewart. And then they freshman year in college, we forget about them. We don't even pay them no attention. It's the next kid that's coming out, the class of 22, class of 23, class of 24. So I guess he's playing it right. It's always hard when it's uncharted territory. So I guess he's playing it right, but who knows, bro? Who knows? I like more of the Quinn Ewers, the quarterback out of Texas that went to Ohio State.
Right.
He went his senior year, but he went to college. He graduated early. So I'm okay with that. Like that, I really
He's
have
on
no
campus.
issue.
He's on campus early, right? I don't know what Evan Stewart. I don't know what he planned on doing.
And my question is, if he just said last week, when did they start playing football wherever he's from? I forgot where he's from.
Well, he's a 2023 kid, right? He's next year, right?
No,
I think he got one more year.
I'll pull it up right now. Let me see here.
Yeah, I think he has one more year. Is he 2022?
He's 20. He's 22.
No, he should be playing already.
That's what I'm saying. So he didn't. So he's saying he's not going to do his senior year, but he's continuing to play this year.
Huh? Yeah. I thought he had one more year because he just announced that. Did he stop in the middle of the year?
That's my point.
Right.
Well, he had, if he's going to forego, if he's a 2022 kid, that's this class.
Right.
So he stopped in the middle of the year, like, nah, I ain't playing no more.
Who knows? We probably got to investigate a little more. Maybe he was fighting. Maybe he's 19 and he was fighting to play and couldn't play. you never know. You know what I'm saying? And he just went ahead and announced that.
Let me see. Frisco, Texas. They got a lot of good players that come out of that Frisco area. I'm not sure if that's a suburb of a major city like maybe Houston or Dallas. I don't know the exact, but I know it's a couple of players that came out of that area. Frisco, I've done, but they got to be around Dallas because they always playing. I always see some of their highlights be inside the Dallas practice facility. Oh. No, they're not in the stadium. They in like they have like Dallas has like a practice facility they play games in with bleachers and all that stuff, but it's not the stadium. It's not the stadium itself. So Liberty is probably around the Dallas area somewhere.
Right. But yeah, like I said, man, when I see things happen, I just try to look past them and see, okay, well, what's next? Where we going with this? This is the world we got to live in. We can't live in the past. We can't live in the past. I was listening to this dude talk the other day about money, and he said, listen, man, depression comes from living in the past, and anxiety and stress comes from thinking too far ahead. You got to live in the present. And he said something that caught my mind. He was like, even tomorrow is today. Basically, the only thing that makes sense, only thing that exists is right now. You can say all you want to, dog. I'll come by there tomorrow. Walk out the door and get hit by a car. It's not real.
Exactly. And that's what I was saying. Like, you know, he get hit by a car. He could go out there. You know what I mean? I had a kid tear his ACL going down the stairs in his house.
Man, that's crazy.
And took one of the most, and I've seen him take some of the most vicious hits in football and get right back up. But going down the stairs in the house, he slipped off the little landing. You know how the carpet come in, it slipped and tore his ACL, man. It was out for the whole season. So I it's one of them, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't type deals, man. And you know.
Right. So listen, man, you had a nice little show last night, bro. Lamar, Highsmith, Bratton. What did you get out? What did you get out of the show? I mean, we have all this talk about how. What did you get out? What did you get out of your show when it turned to Highsmith and coming to be the AD and all these things?
I got a lot of wardrobe changes that I know definitely, but besides that, hey man, I was in here changing clothes with him. I'm like, I got a couple of things. The most important thing that I got out of it, and I think Mel Bratton actually made a great point. Melvin Bratton made an excellent point in regards to the potential role of Alonzo Highsmith at the University of Miami was. And I hear people have been saying these on different shows, and I never spoke on it because I've never heard of this. An athletic director for football and an athletic director for the other sports. Now, in the athletic director department, you may have an associate AD that may be just in charge of football, but at the end of the day, he answers to the AD overall. But Mel Bratton kind of changed it up And he said on their live, he said, I don't want Alonzo Highsmith to be the athletic director. He said it. He would fail at being an athletic director.
Right.
He said that. But what he said he wanted to do is be maybe over, if you want to call this title, football operations. I guess like a quasi, if you want to call it, athletic director over football. But he's not the AD. He ain't worried about golf and lacrosse and all that other stuff. So what I got out of that was the definition of Alonzo Highsmith's role there. I think that is the biggest thing that I got out of it. Also, from Alonzo Highsmith, he said we have money to spend on what we want to spend it on.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of questions. I've been the first one. I raised my hand right here and say we didn't have the money. Based on the basic numbers. Now, he did not say this with clarity. We can assume or make some assumptions that he's referring to getting outside donations from maybe former players or community members, however that worked. But I'm talking about the institution's bank account as of today. Based on what we see, I don't think we've generated enough dollars as the university itself to say we're gonna go get the big dog or go get Mario Cristobal.
Right. You always count the business side of it. You count like what they're bringing in, how much it take to take the stadium. Yeah, you always count the business side. What I got out of it, he was saying that, hey man, we have to get money. Basically, we got families and stuff, but yeah, we could rally around and stuff. We can get money if we need money. Relationships. That's what I got out of it.
You can get money if you know, but one thing about that money, how do I say this? That money can easily come, it can easily go, right? If like anything, right? If you buy a product or you purchase a product and it's not any good, will you go back and purchase it again? Will you continue to put your money into that product or that let's say your cable, you pay your cable every month and every month it's out for 3-4 days a month, or every time the big game come on, it frees up. Will you continue to pay that cable bill?
No.
So it's the same thing with these donors. If I'm putting in $1 million and I turn around and the product on the field is not looking good, will I continue to make that investment? That's where the problem lies versus the institution still generate. Look at Texas. I keep bringing up Texas. They're very similar to us in the product on the field, right? But they still make $200 million a year. Now, I don't know if they calculate donor. I don't know if they calculate donor funds and all that too, but
everything in Texas that ends in football makes money. Little league, everything. They lead in everything. The Cowboys, it's a way of life for them, bro. I mean, it's a way of life. Yeah, football is something else in Texas than it is in Florida, and football is huge in Florida. Now think about that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's our fault, bro. That's our fault. That's coach's fault. We're not properly unified as you know. Texas is huge when it comes to their unification as coaches. They have a huge coaching union. I don't know if it's called a union, but the coaching association. I remember they said this about Lane Kiffin when he was supposed to get a job at Houston. Apparently, he must have screwed some people over or whatever. And Texas high school coaches association said, if Houston hires Lane Kiffin, we ain't supporting none out of Houston. And guess what? They went and hired Tom Herman instead.
Right.
You know.
Right. Texas don't play. Texas told IMG don't come back.
I believe it.
We see what that is. Don't come over here and mess with our football. We want to believe what we want to believe. Don't come over here messing with our football.
Yeah, don't mess with it, dog. No, I agree with you 1,000%. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so Highsmith, you see the comment say he needs to be the AD because he needs to be able to fire coaches and understand that it would be pull him in a number of different directions. It seems as if the fan base don't know who Highsmith is. All they know is he's the guy standing at the coin toss. You know what I'm saying? It seems as if that's their relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? It seems as if they don't really know who he is. What you said, I think, is correct. Not the AD. the overall football operations, that made sense. When Bratton said that, I said to myself, man, Manny could have used somebody over football operations.
And I
To
thought
kind
that
of
was what
help.
I thought that's what Ed Reed role was. Chief of staff is the next in line of the head coach. Like chief of staff is really like the advisor to the head person, right? Like so the chief of staff for the president is that dude. You know what I mean? Yeah, you
Right.
got a vice president, but he ain't the one. The chief of staff is his right hand man, not the vice president.
Brother, listen. Let's be real. You heard High Smith last night. They don't want that pressure in the building.
I'm listening.
They don't want that pressure in the building. You heard him. Yeah, they don't want that pressure in the not like that. You know what I'm saying? If he come in the building, that means he running something. They don't want that pressure. He's going to impose his will. He's going to tell you what he think. And I can see him walking in the door on Manny a few times and slamming that mother, saying, we gotta talk. You know what I'm saying? So they went and got Ed Reed. Somebody who the fans will love, but somebody's a little more laid back. He ain't gonna impose his will on nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Coaching is a big ego trip, bro. Like it's all about, whoever got the biggest one in the room a lot of times. I've seen it. Right, been a part of that kind of stuff where it's a big ego thing where if you're the person who runs the ship, you want to run the ship. And that's exactly like what I think is happening defensively for the Hurricanes with Manny. I think we were talking about that earlier this morning where you go get all these coaches, but you still not saying you running the same defense, but even the techniques are the same. So what is the purpose of having all this experience around you and you're not implementing it? What's the purpose of having a Bob Shoot? What's the purpose of using a T-Rob? Because when T-Rob came, the fans went bananas. T-Rob, oh, he going to have this. He going to have this. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I see Bubba Bolden and them doing the same thing they did last year when it was Banda back there. I see them doing the same thing. The corners doing the same thing when Mike Rumpf was back there. Then it's not knocking those guys. What I'm trying to make the comparison is TVD better than Mike Rumpf? We would never know because it still looked the same. Is T-Rob better than Banda? You don't know because Bubba Bolden and them still doing the same thing. Because the head dude is not allowing them, back to my Frankenstein analogy, they're not letting him help build Frankenstein.
Right.
So I hope that makes sense, kind of what I'm saying. So we don't know if T-Rob is better than Banda. We don't know if Banda better than T-Rob. If it still look the same.
But we know the common denominator is.
And that's back to what I was saying about ego. So, it's an alpha man's game. Somebody has to lead, somebody has to follow. And all coaches usually are alpha males. Is how they can fit within it. You know what I mean? And, I done been in some heated or seen some heated conversations as well. Like, it got to the point past these little me and you be talking about your mama jokes. I was like, hold up, boy, I've been a bench split that cat. You know what I'm saying? Like they be going too far. Like, some coaches, and I was just talking to a coach recently where, coach say, man, you talking to another grown man. Hey, man, get your mother A up here.
Right.
Because you the defensive coordinator and I'm the position coach. You think you can talk to me like that? Like, you know what I mean? And it's a constant battle of who's who. It's tough. And if so, even a guy like Alonzo and Mario, I'm going to be very honest. I don't know their relationship. Those two alpha males.
Yeah. I was talking to Luke about Mario. He was like, man, I was like, why was the guy so mad at Mario at FIU? He cussed him out. Cussed him out. He said, yeah, man, Mario done cussed everybody out. He said, Mario cussed everybody out. Yeah.
This the God's honest truth. I'm standing in the back of a team meeting. It's early. So it's a special teams meeting. And you know how you be standing there and sometimes you just kind of close your eyes a little bit. I'm hearing them. I'm not. That bitch walk past me. I don't want to 4-letter your thing up. But he say, if you motherfucking sleep, take your motherfucking ass home. Just like that.
You be serious?
Dead ass here. He would let me dead. I'm standing up in the back of, like, it's you in an auditorium type setting. And I'm standing up in the back of the room. and it's all of us pretty much lined up. And the reason we stand up because there's a team meeting, there's a special teams meeting, team meeting, and then you break out in sessions. So because we finna go break out, we don't take up seats. We stand up there because you're gonna be about 5-10 minutes, then you out. So we stand up in the back, you know, it's early. I'm like, so I'm standing out like this, you know, and I'm like, so my eyes closed. He walked past. He walked past. You motherfucking sleep, take your motherfucking ass home. I'm like,
what you said?
I just looked at him like,
who you talking to? Yeah.
I wanted to say, hey, I wanted to say, yeah, I was about to say, hey, hold up, dog. This ain't Kaye Ocho, homeboy. But anyway, hey, but I'm just saying that's. Hey, I'm gonna say that. I'll leave that alone. I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, you know, it's just that I've seen that a lot. I've seen coaches. Right. I've seen coaches rip position coaches at the end of the team meeting. You suck as a coach. You can't get these guys to do it. Blah blah blah. It's a big ego. I'm telling you, Mario. There's a difference between being tough nosed, being arrogant, and being disrespectful. Because now, when you do that to people, you still grown men, dog, and them people start turning on you. Last thing, I know you moving on, but as an old farmer, my grandfather's old farmer, he always said, "You got to break the horse, but don't break his spirit. When you break his spirit, he'll never work for you. You might as well take him behind the barn and kill him, because now he's just a lie. Because now he's just a liability. He's just eating for free. He ain't gonna work no more for you." And that's what I think Mario does to people sometimes. He may break.
He could have grown. He could have grown. He could have changed.
Yeah,
he got better. He could have got better.
I seen this dude cursing in a church, dog. He doing a presentation. You know how they used to bring the kids every year to a church, and they do the big FCA thing, and they bring him up as a guest speaker. He like, if you want to play for me, you got to be fucking tough. And he's standing up there. You got to be really tough. Like he a real fiery dude, man. He a fiery cat.
We need some fire, man. We might go get Manny some Cuban coffee or something, man.
Yeah.
We need some fire, man.
Yeah, he cool though.
But
Nick Saban the same way. He fiery dude too.
Most coaches are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most coaches are. I mean, I don't. What else last night? Last night, listening to Lamar Thomas talk about. Well, okay. So he said something that really caught my attention when he said that he came down here and offered 20 players on one team.
Mm-hmm.
He just go back home. Coach told him if you don't really want the player, just don't answer your phone for him. He probably put you in your phone that don't answer. As soon as it pop up, it say don't answer. He said, but Miami is local. They can't do that. Now, hence, this goes back to why Miami offer kids so late? Because Miami is local, and he was saying that you can't burn those local bridges like that. First of all, they're local bridges, and they're valuable local bridges. You know what I'm saying? They're schools that ring bells across the nation. So he's saying that you can't just go out there offering kids willy-nilly, knowing that you can only take 20 of them, and you're about to make 30 kids and 30 coaches in your local city mad. I brought that up on the show one time. I was like, well, maybe schools from out of town deal with local kids better, because how could Alabama, LSU offer a kid before Miami? And he right here in the town. That's how. It's a bullshit offer. That's how. It's BS.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, so now, how do you feel about that? You've been a part of the whole process, man. Listen to him talking about they get an offer to the kid, and the offer is not a committable offer. Is it contingent on this? And the kids just take it, they run with it, and put it on Instagram. Y'all know what the kids gonna do with it when you give it to them. Like, come on now. Y'all know what the kids gonna do with it as soon as you give it to them.
Yeah. So Miami's in a peculiar position, like he said. He's 100% right. I've seen it. I've seen Coach come down here and offer kids. I've seen a kid offer about 12 of my kids, and I'm saying to myself, you offered him? In my mind. But again, there's no tie to it. But the flip side to what Lamar said, where I agree, but I also disagree, is because you're still burning a bridge. You're burning a bridge by not offering the kid early enough when he's good enough, i.e., the Earl Little, right? Prime example, right? But the flip side to that, like Lamar Thomas said, was what happens if Earl Little doesn't pan out to be Earl Little of today? Right? He's Earl Little in 9th grade. He playing, he got a lot of potential, but potential means what? You haven't done it yet.
Right.
And then by 12th grade, he pulled little Timmy by 10th grade. Now you've offered a legacy kid, right? And it looks even worse if you back out of that deal than it does if you never offered him at all.
Right. That can't work for everybody. You ever saw Earl Little in the 8th grade? You ever saw Earl Little in the 9th grade? Brother.
I just used him as an example because he's a hot name.
He was tiny.
Right.
I don't know when he was tiny. I don't know when he hit the growth spurt, but he hit it. You know what I'm saying? And then it worked out for him. But he was little. He was Earl Little.
And so, so how do you offer a kid like that when you don't know what he's going to do? But here's my answer to that. And Lamar said this as well. If you build the proper relationships and explain it and stop being political about it.
Right.
Like me, like Streeter right now, you had a son and I was a coach and we had this relationship. We formed this friendship. And I come to you and say, look, D, here's what we're going to do because I know this is part of the game. We're going to offer your son this deal, right? Because my thing is this. I'm not worried about what the public thinks about the offer. And if it works, it doesn't work out. It's more about you. And also, you have an understanding of saying, listen, this is contingent on, because we had that relationship, it's contingent on if X, Y, and Z happens. Okay. That's just what it is. Michael Irvin Jr. was pulling little Timmy. So, you know what I mean? So it's, and that's the case, right? But here's the problem too, because you Michael Irvin Jr., everybody wants you to play like Michael Irving. That's the bad part about being a junior to some of these cats. You have to live up to the hype. Bro, look at Deion Sanders' kids. You gonna tell me, dog, they can't be better? Deion Sanders was a bad boy, dog. It's gonna be hard just because you got his DNA. That ain't you. Like it's tough. That's tough, man. But anyway, so my real response to the whole deal is create the proper relationships throughout the community and with these high school coaches. And when you do those type of things, then you kind of eliminate some of the foolishness that goes behind it.
I would think that that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? I would think that that's damn. Don't you have to create that? You don't have to create that to exist in a community, especially one like this.
No, okay. Let me ask you a question. How many? If you go ask any other high school coaches, ask high school coaches around there, what type of things does the university do that includes high school coaches? And I don't know this to be a fact. We used to have camps. I don't know if NCAA cut that out, where they used to have coaching clinics and all these different type of things, right? Like, for example, I remember going to a clinic, and that was big back when Shianu and them was at Rutgers. West Virginia was coming down here a lot with Rich Rod. They would offer a clinic for $5 because they have to charge you something based on NCAA rule. But it was minimal $5, right? And you go and you hang out. FIU used to do it. It was very minimal, but you creating those bonds. These coaches want to learn, right? Our coaches want to learn, but unfortunately, South Florida coaches don't get those clinic deals like these other places can go. You know,
so you saying something they just don't know?
You mean UM doesn't know?
Well, just coaches, period. Like it's because they go from city to city. I would think that was part of the handbook.
Yeah, they know. But the thing is, you have to remember all those coaches are soldiers. Who the general? The HC. If the head coach ain't deploying his soldiers, ain't no war being fought. It's just what it is. So if you ain't going out there saying, hey, we need to go out here and create these type of things that we can do, you got to find ways to, and I said that before on the show about, University of Miami has to do better within the community, because the community is the fan base, not the student body. The community is the fan base for UM. The city of Miami is the student section. You ever seen University of Miami student section at the game?
Yeah.
What it look like, Streeter?
It is when they there.
Yeah.
In the end zone right there. It be lit when they winning, when they there. They bust them in there, right?
I think they do, probably so. But I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
they bust them in like on cheese wagon.
Yeah. Like, get the community going in. Like, build on relationships early, man. Like, I don't think they can bring in, well, they got will call. You could will call students. Guess what?
Yeah,
I'm recruiting everybody. Listen, I'm recruiting every kid in Dade County. I got them on my will call. All you gotta do is come to will call. You basically got a free ticket to come to the game. High school students.
Right.
Ain't like we already buying the tickets for the seats. So what difference do it make if they come free or not?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But no, man, I just wanted to bring you on here, man, to talk about your show, man. That was an awesome show last night. They said they coming to Footballville next, but I want them in person. I don't care if it's just Lamar. We'll put a little rack right there. He can hang all his shirts up and put his shirts on. I don't care. I want him in person, man. I want to talk to him about we ready, and see what was he think. But I see, man, he's a free spirit. So I definitely could see him saying that. You know what I'm saying? Where's Lamar from?
Gainesville area, if I'm not mistaken.
He from Gainesville?
Yeah.
I can tell you that he's a free spirit, man. He that boy lit, man. That boy lit.
The funny thing is, why he know all the strip clubs? He even called Scarlett's out up here. I'm like, dog, I'm in Orlando. This man called, and I ain't never even been to Scarlett. I've been here 6 years. I ain't even been to Scarlett.
I don't know what he was talking about. Sticking 3 fingers in all 3 holes. Like, what?
I was like, boy, that boy went left quick, boy.
And what are we talking about here, man? What are we talking about here?
That
but
boy,
one thing all I'm saying is, man.
Ocala. I'm sorry, from Ocala, Florida.
Let Manny play the season out and decide at the end. All of them was saying agreed on that.
Yeah, because I haven't lied to you. You have to. I just think you have to, unless it is just straight. I have to say this. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but it hasn't been a catastrophe yet. We've lost games, but it ain't been a catastrophe. What I'm trying to say is every game ain't looking like the Alabama game. Right. And so you got to keep it. Now, when it start getting 48-7, 52-14, that's getting catastrophic, dog. Like, that's getting different. That's getting different, man.
We ain't played them teams yet.
We ain't played them. We ain't played them yet.
We ain't played them yet.
Hey, somebody told me I should put my countdown up there to when Manny get fired instead of the games.
Oh, man.
That's terrible. I don't even know I could do that, though. I couldn't do another coach like that, boy. That's tough right there, boy.
Oh, man. I don't know, man. I mean, they seem to be on the same page on that. Everything I was hearing, man, I was hearing things was hot. But they down there in Coral Gables, they feel like they're gonna be fine, man. They feel like this growing pains and they're gonna get over it. Only thing that really counts is today, the present. The future don't matter. The only thing that matters is right now. The future is not real. What?
You my dog, boy. I almost got mad at you, dog. Stop it.
That's how they
Stop
feel,
it. Bro, this is a death by 1,000 cuts, bro. It's not getting better. This is year 6. This is the year. Just think about this. This is the year that you have the most experience you're going to probably have on the team at any time, probably in the next 10 years. So far as the amount of experience, you have a lot of 5th and 6th year guys on here that will no longer be on here due to graduation or maybe even some being drafted.
Mm-hmm.
And we talking about growing pains. Well, what were we doing last year? What were we doing the year before that? And my question,
you preaching to the choir, boo.
No, but you the one came up to me. Growing pain. Nah, dog. I was with you.
Did you hear what I said? No. You gotta listen with your ears now. I say they and Coral Gables feel like it's growing pains. I don't say no names. You know what I'm saying? But speak to the people. They feel like they're gonna be fine.
Yeah, that's like my man said. No new tactics. No new whatever, dog.
Not me. I didn't say it. I just said, sweet baby Jesus, may the force be with him.
Let me ask you a question that's been coming up. Can I ask you a question on your show? I know you said it ain't gonna be a long show. I just want to ask one question.
Yeah, you're gonna get out here in a second.
Yeah, I got tell y'all quick. I'm gonna do a commitment live watch show.
You messed up the stat last night too.
What was it?
28 players they put in. You said it. 28 players they put in the last 5 years, the most in the ACC. That you was right, but I think you were just fumbling saying it was a year. They put 28 in the last 5 years, the most in
5 years.
Yeah, you didn't say 5 years.
No, I said 5 years. What I said was I think that's more than what the ACC has put in altogether.
It might be.
No, I was saying we put 28 in, and if I may have said it wrong, but what I was trying to say was I think that's more than what the entire ACC has put in if you combine them together in a year.
It's probably true. Oh, okay, I got you. I see what you're saying. I got you.
If you take Pitt, VTech, I'll add them up. They ain't even got 28 players total.
That is a crazy stat, dog. It's crazy that we're bringing them in at a high clip. And they going out as a high clip. And the people took my stat, and you know what they took it and said? Well, Manny must be developing the kids because he put them in the league. Well, Manny and any coach at Miami job is to win football games. That's it. If you ask them what their job is, hey man, what's your main purpose to be here? And he'll say to win football games. So if you're recruiting them at a high clip, they coming in, you're putting them in the bowl, you're mixing them up, you're losing. And then they going out, at a high clip. The one thing that's supposed to happen while they're here is not happening. Not at a high enough clip. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people took my stat, dog. They took my stat to the other shows and they flipped my stat and turned it into that we're developing kids in Miami. And that's not, I think NFL, man, I may be wrong, but I think NFL kids are 1%, 2%. When they walk on campus, most of them are NFL kids. That's how I look at it. Some of them need to be developed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there's two things that happen with players. The more you play football, you're going to get better, right? I get that. Yeah, they're teaching them stuff. No, what I'm saying, their problem is they're not teaching them how to play together. That's the beauty of this game. You can't be an individual on a football field. You have to know how to play within the integrity of offense or defense or whatever. Here's the problem, in my humble opinion, bro. This dude is not putting it together, right? And the NFL doesn't care about your record. They care about the individual. Dang, he does possess quick twitch. He does possess this. He can close ground. He has long arms. He has the ability to be tough. He checks all the boxes. What is the NFL Combine about? Individual what? Performance.
Yeah.
Now we're going to take you over here and show you how to do what? Work it together. Why do you think cats do still get drafted out of lower tier programs? Because they possess the physical ability, not because they're on a winning team. Right. If that's the case, everybody on Alabama need to go to the league.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. So that's my take on it, man. But I want to ask this question. Urban Meyer's the hot take. If Jacksonville Jaguars fire him at the end of the season because they might have just cause because he may have broken some morality clause or whatever by putting his finger on the girl's butt in his club, his bar. People don't realize that's his bar. He owns that. Do we take him?
You saying in the perfect world, like we lived in La La Land or something, Candyland, in the perfect world when we take Urban Meyer? Yeah, in a perfect world. Would Miami ever pay for somebody like that? No. I haven't seen it happen yet.
Everybody's saying no. Can I tell y'all something? Sometimes you got to put a bullet, you got to put a Band-Aid on a bullet wound till you can get to the hospital, dog. Hey, bro, I'm taking him. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, here's the deal.
That's what Mark Rick was. He just tapped out on us. Man.
Mark Rick ain't like Urban Meyer, dog. Listen, I don't necessarily like Urban Meyer overall, but here's what I do say.
What y'all don't like about him?
I just think when things don't go right, he find a way out.
Oh, he do. Yeah, he gonna get missing.
Yeah, but we know that. Well, we know that. But in the meantime, we're gonna win some ball games.
A lot of things went right. he did a lot of right. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Everybody say no thanks. I'm sorry, man. Everybody talking about NCAA.
Who are we to be choosing?
I'm just saying. Sometimes we at the point, like I say, sometimes, dog, they say you was in the military, bro. Mm-hmm. You ain't out there with no surgeon. My man out there bleeding. You got to put a tourniquet on that thing until you can get him to the hospital, dog. Hey, come on, Urban. As long as he live. Hey, we might have cut his arm off, but he alive. So
before we get out, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it. So if that's the case, bro,
I'll take him. Before we get out of here, dog. At least he know how to put a program together. Maybe he could put this thing in the cruise control, fool. And somebody else take it.
It ain't if he gonna screw us. It's just when. But in that process, we're gonna win some games, dog.
No, listen. It's this type of stuff I like to do. We've been egging on for the young players to play, right? The young players to get on the field, get out there and play. But a lot of people are saying these next couple of games are going to be rough, bro. I heard somebody say, hey, man, we might not win the games in Florida State. I want us to note when we were begging to put James Williams and Romello Brinson and all these kids on the field, right? Mm-hmm. And I want us to write these dates down. So if we do have a rough 5 or 6 games, at what point does the fans, their memory gets wiped and the fans start turning on James and turning on Romello and turning? It's almost as if they forget the moment they were begging for him to be on the field. And then when it don't go right, they turn on him. I was asking next. I was like, dog, do we want them to ride out this stretch under this regime like this? Like, that's what you want?
To answer that, I think the fans give those young guys a pass because that's just what they are. Let's call a spade a spade. Boyd Gallis got a pass because he was a freshman. If he was a sophomore, they hang him from a tree.
So they got a year. They got to come. Yeah. They get a year.
Yeah, I'm just being honest. If he was a sophomore, could they be calling for his head? I'm just saying, kill him. Don't. And the only reason they're not calling for his head now is because people don't like Manny Diaz. If Manny Diaz was in good standings with the community and everybody else, they'd be mad at Boyd Gallis. Manny Diaz made the right call. That's what you do. You get it set up for your kicker to win, blah, blah, blah. We always do that. We're going to go whichever way to tie. That's fandom.
Right.
But that's that. Second thing is, from a coaching standpoint, if the young boys on the field, whoever the next coach is, they actually have footage of them doing something and they have teaching points they can use to get it right. They're on tape right now. So if you put them on tape early, I can go to James and say, hey, James, look, in this situation right here, you understand? Prime example. Remember that very first play he almost had the interception?
Yeah.
You know why he almost had the interception and didn't have the interception? Because he took 2 steps back. If he would have stayed right where he was, in his mind, he didn't realize he had deep help behind him. He didn't have to back up. He stayed right there. He takes that pick 6 right there. But those are little mistakes on big stages that they can use as footage to teach him to getting better. So yeah, I like them playing now.
You want them to play now? All right, man. Listen, short show for today, man. Appreciate you. Anything you want to pay? You about to do a commitment, right? Show, right?
Yeah, man. At 3:15, man, probably about I guess 45 minutes, we're gonna jump on and we're doing the commitment live on Jaleel Skinner. So he's got the
Skinner,
5
number 1 tight end in the nation.
Yeah, tight end out of IMG from South Carolina originally. He's got Texas, Florida, Miami, Florida State for whatever reason. I don't know why. Clemson and one more, Alabama. So you got 6 schools he's picking from. We'll be live at 3:15. Those are very short shows. We just get on there, talk a little bit, may open the phone line. And
yeah. I spoke to him last week, man. He was saying, I was like, man, so you came from South Carolina because you wanted to play more competition, right? Big schedule. You know what he said? What? Competition is right in practice. Like, the competition is in practice. That's why I get better at it. And when kids have that mindset, man, I like kids who talk like that. You know what I'm saying? The competition right there in practice every day. That's how I get better. Iron sharpen iron. You know what I'm saying? And, good kid, man. Good kid. So, yeah, man, y'all 3:15, right?
Yeah, we're going live at 3:15. Y'all jump over there, man. Hit the chat, man. All that good stuff. But, yeah, we're going live, man. I'm chilling. Other than that, man, there's no Hurricane football this weekend. So I guess I'm going to just – and they got a lot of time to get this right, bro. They played a Thursday game.
Give Manny too much time. It's all bad. It's all bad. But, man, listen, man. Your mama's so black. After her, that shit just go back to white.
What does that mean, dog? Man, well, anyway, I'm gonna say this for the chat. And I'm out here, man. So, like I said, during that commitment live, I'm gonna have the phone lines open. And Streeter Mama working the phone line, but she bald headed. Hey, she bald headed, and she worked for the phone company. Talking about, I'm a smooth operator. I'm out of here, dog. Coke dog, I'm gonna whip your behind in fantasy, Coke dog. I see you in the chat. He on my fantasy, man. I'm finna get it, man. Love y'all boys. Check it out. Check y'all out, man. Y'all hit the subscribe button for my dog, man. And Streeter, hit me up when you finish. Yeah.
Got you, dog. Yo, man. Brought Coach Hayes in here, man. It was an awesome show last night, man. But listen, it's Friday. Let me try to do something for y'all this weekend, bro. It's Friday. TGIF. Some of y'all about to get off. Shout out to everybody signing up. And if you're on the platform and you haven't switched over to the new platform, I don't know what you're doing. You're missing out. You must have been asleep. The link right there. The link is in YouTube. It's at the top, and I just put it in the chat, man. If you want to get signed up, you just click the link. It's only $35 a month now. Come in, man. Learn how to get some money. Learn how to do something with your money. It's Friday. You ain't even do nothing but go blow it. Show of hands, man. Who going to the liquor store as soon as they get off work right now? As soon as you get off work, you're going straight to the liquor store. Show of hands. Blow money. Get an old 12-pack. As soon as you get off work. Do something with your money, man. Your money will work for you, man. Appreciate y'all. Not sure what I'm doing this weekend. I think I'm going to Western versus Coconut Creek tonight. High school football. I think we got Cardinal Gibbons and St. Thomas tomorrow or something of that nature tomorrow, something like that, I think. $75 on fried cone. You see what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. That's what happened on Fridays. Somebody leaving work early to go straight to the strip club and throw up 300, man. When you could turn 300 into 3,000. The link right there, man. Click the link, man. Come get involved. $35 a month, man. We got a community in there helping each other learn how to do something with our money, man. It may revive your life when you got your money and you've learned to do certain different things with your money. It may give you a new look on life, man, a new way to approach things. I appreciate all y'all, man. I'm deep. Out of here, bro.